Hi guys, it's Genevieve here. Welcome to another episode of Anything is Possible Wednesdays. Today I want to talk to you about something that's important to a lot of us, and that is how to forgive somebody in a really tough situation. We carry around all these burdens when we stay angry at other people or even ourselves. Today I want to talk about how to let go of some of that resentment that being angry brings, and how to just forgive and be joyful in our lives. I've got a couple of ideas of how you can do this, so let's get started. Okay, so number one, I think we all need to remember that nobody is pure or bad. Everybody at their base is love. And if you can remember that, that will help you a great deal in trying to forgive somebody. Often it's the pain that we have inside that influences the decisions that we make. And if we can remember that when people are making bad decisions, that it's usually just because of some experience that they've had or something that they've gone through, it may help us take a step toward understanding about why they did what they did to us. We each have our own pain that influences the decisions that we make. If we can remember this, it doesn't make the decision right necessarily if you feel like it was something that hurt you, but it can make it easier to understand. Louise Hay is a wonderful author and the founder of Hay House Publishing, and she always says that people do the best they can with the knowledge that they have. They're doing the best that they can with the knowledge that they have. So they're doing what they can do in this world, and that's all they can bring to it at this time. And if you can remember that, that will be really helpful in forgiving other people. The other thing that she talks about that I really like is how looking at somebody and seeing their inner child. It's much easier to forgive somebody if you see them in a childlike way. Children are innocent, and once upon a time, the person that you're angry at and that you're having trouble forgiving was also a child. So if you can look at them that way, that will help a lot. Number two, remember that we are all one. And when you're angry at somebody, that's a lot of energy you're wasting in anger. Do you really want to be angry for the rest of your life? The person that you're angry with may not even be thinking about all of the things that they did to you. They may not even realize that you're angry with them. And so all you're doing by being angry with this person is hurting you. And when you forgive others, you actually are forgiving yourself as well. Think about it as gaining peace of mind. Wouldn't you rather live your life in joy and peace and harmony than to be in a place where you're just angry all of the time? I know that I would. Number three is stay in the present moment. A lot of times we can't forgive because we're constantly reliving what that person did to us over and over and over again in the past. But it's in the past, so we need to let it go and just stay in the present. And when we stay in the present and let go of these wrongdoings that we feel were done to us, we're actually attracting more positive and encouraging situations rather than these laden down, angry and festering situations that just make us feel terrible inside. So make sure that you stay in the present and you be happy right now so that you don't create a future of terrible, terrible bitterness and unhappiness. Number four, I know you guys have heard this from me before, but meditate, 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 guys. Meditation will allow you to take a step back from the situation and see the big picture. And it will allow you the peace that you need to forgive that other person. It will create a space for you to just feel safe and secure and happy again. I promise you won't regret it. Number five, get your feelings out on paper. I am an author and I love writing. So for me, this is a huge thing. But for some people, I'm sure that they haven't thought about it so much. But what I suggest here is that you write a letter to the person that you feel like did you wrong. Write to them and tell them how you feel, what you experienced, all of the things that are on your mind and your heart, and just pour them out onto the page. And when you're done, don't send it to that person. You do not need to be putting that out. This is just a therapeutic way for you to get all of your feelings out. What you're going to do with it instead is you're going to burn the paper. And when you burn the paper and you see it turn to ash and you see all the smoke fade away, that's your anger fading away with the smoke. It's very symbolic and it really, really works. It's just kind of like you're visualizing the forgiveness of that person. I feel like forgiveness is an important element, and as a writer, I often write about it. And it's because it's such a big part of, I think, life, and forgiveness is how we learn and we grow and we accept each other for who we are. One of my characters actually has to go through a very important lesson in forgiveness to actually begin to save the world and access her inner and outer magic. And I believe that each one of us has the inner magic too, and we just have to access it, and forgiveness is a stepping stone to that. If you guys are more interested in the story and want to know more about my characters and their lessons in forgiveness, you can go and find it. It's called The Soul of the Sun, and you can find it on Amazon, and what I'll do is I'll leave a link below if you guys want to check it out. Number 6, don't die with regrets. When you get on your deathbed, you're not going to be lying in bed and saying, oh my goodness, I wish I had been angrier more. I wish I had not forgiven more people. No, you will not do that, I promise you. What you're going to say is, I wish I was more loving. I wish I had loved more. I wish I told all the people I care about that I loved them. You're not going to want to be angry with anyone. You're going to want to have a clean slate. Don't spend all your days with anger in your heart. You want to have love and peace and joy in your heart so that you don't regret it in your last days. Number 7, ask for help. This is a big one, guys. I never want you to feel like you're all alone and then you have to take these big steps in forgiveness. I know how hard it can be to forgive somebody when they've hurt you very, very badly. So call on your angels, call on God, call on the universe, whatever you believe in, and say thank you. Thank you for helping me and believing in me, and help me to see this person as you see them, so that I can love them and I can let this go and I can forgive them and I can release the anger that's inside of me. And it will help you tremendously. Always, always ask for help, guys. You're never, never alone. I believe that the angels will guide you and lead you to the path of forgiveness. So always call on them. Every one of us has an angel by our sides all of the time. So let's not forget that. Okay, here's the most important and the hardest lesson of forgiveness. And that is forgiving ourselves. I think we are often the most hard on ourselves. Don't forget to forgive yourself, guys. How many times have you said to yourself, oh, I wish I'd done that differently. Oh, I really regret that I didn't do that. Or how could I have not done this? Or I didn't do that correctly. And we're always beating ourselves up. We've got to stop and we've got to love ourselves. Once we love ourselves, we can let things go. Stop focusing on what you guys want to change about yourselves. Instead, change your perspective. Change your thoughts. Change how you see things. Stop thinking, oh, I need to change this, that, or the other about myself. Instead, say, I need to be more loving, and concentrate on being more loving, not only to yourself, but to other people. Once you do that, you will see all of these miracles in your life, and it will be so beautiful and so wonderful. Once we begin to help other people, we shift our perception and we no longer hold on to the anger. And remember, when you forgive somebody, it doesn't mean that you have to let them back into your life. It just means that you're freeing yourself from the burden of anger and bitterness. It's important that you know that forgiving somebody doesn't mean that you have to keep them in your life. If you need that space that will create a loving and warm environment for you, then that's okay to just forgive them and let it wash away. Just let it wash away. Forgiveness just means letting go of the hurt that doesn't serve you anymore. I understand that forgiveness is a real process, and it's going to take some time for some people, and just take it one step at a time. It's going to be okay. You can do it, and with these steps, I really truly believe that you can get on the path to forgiveness and live a life of joy and abundance and just feel amazing. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. What are your best ways to forgive? Do you have any special things that you always do that allow you to open your heart and be forgiving? I would love to hear about them. We can always use more tips on this. So go on over to my website, www.genevievecrownson.com, and let me know what your favorite tips are. That's all I have for today. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm sending you all of my love. Bye.